Alright guys, so chapter 3, the first two sections, let's explore how to find out some of that information by using StatCrunch. I'm going to go ahead and open up StatCrunch. And I have our data that we had before just so I have something. So here is the study hours per week. I'm going to copy Control C and plug into StatCrunch again at the very top is where you want to post it. And so if I want to find out things from section 1, which is measures of central tendency, I just go to summary stats and columns. The column I'm looking for is study hours per week, and it has a whole bunch of things already highlighted for me to do. Some things that doesn't have, but some things it does. And so if I just click on this, I'll find out I'll have a couple of the values that you talk about in section 1, the mean and the median. Another one they talk about is the mode. And if you just add mode, it is available. To make sure everything doesn't go away, if you hit Control and then mode, you'll still have everything else highlighted. So when I compute that, now I have mean, median, and mode. In section 2, you're talking about variation, measures of spread. And so what they talk about in section 2 is they talk about a standard deviation or a variance or a range of our data. So it's done the exact same way. What this is the formula for is a sample standard deviation and a sample variance. The formulas are a little different. You'll note that in the book. If you wanted to find your population standard deviation and your population variance, if you go to your choices, unadjusted variance and unadjusted standard deviation, these are your population. They will be similar to the ones that we computed, but they are different. This is the population standard deviation. This is the sample standard deviation. This is the population variance. This is the sample variance. So if it's ever looking for a population standard deviation or a population variance, you need to make sure you click on the unadjusted. Much easier than computing these formulas by hand. If you are computing these by hand, I would prefer if you were to stop. It's going to take you a long time to do the data. When you're working with the homework, you can transport the data into StatCrunch very easily, and just a couple clicks and you're there. So if we look at the text, we can see the formulas. And so I believe a formula is on page 132, and we can see this formula for a population standard deviation, sigma population standard deviation. And it is different than a sample standard deviation by a little bit. The formula for a sample standard deviation, a little bit different. But again, if we do it on StatCrunch, all we're doing is going to stat, summary stat, and columns and telling it which column to do the computations for. What I want you to know is what standard deviation means. How much it's a distance from the mean is what a standard deviation is. So, hope this helps, and I'll have another video coming soon.